From the spectacular Western Bowl in Amarillo, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT tournament. We got 3 divisions going at once, so we'll try and keep up with all of it. To the left there on the camera is the handicap title match, is 2 non-winners. One of them's going to race that part of their resume there, as Isaiah Zuni is going up against top seed Brad Harvey. And Isaiah is giving the pins. He has to win by 2 to tie and 3 to win. In the middle there, you have the scratch division, where top seed Mason Edmondson's defending his home turf here in Amarillo. Looking for his 5th career title, going up against Marshall Morrison, who only has 1 title in JBT, to his credit, and it was right here at Western last year. So pretty good storyline right there. Both those matches are in the early frames. To their right, over there, is the women's series title match. They're not bowling it until now because Krista Luru was still bowling in the main division of the handicap. She just finished up in 3rd over there. And they got a good one going right now, as she started with the front 5, but is going to go open after that with that split. Going up against Sarah Vargas, who's dominating the New Mexico-Texas women's points, and she started double spare 3 in a row. So took the lead on the bench there in the last 2 frames. We'll see if she can consolidate it, coming off her 2nd place finish yesterday in the main scratch division. She's been bowling really well. It's the 6-7 are the last 2 pins to go out for Marshall in that rack. That's pretty unusual. Sarah misses over there, leaving a 3-10, and Harvey misses just off camera there as he goes through the middle of a washout to trail early. Marshall shot 300 here last year. Not quite as high scores this year, bowled on the Montreal pattern. That can occasionally be brutal, but the surface and the carry here are both very friendly, so it tamed it out to a more normal cut. I thought we had a roof ball going there. That ball went high off the top. Mature move to stop and reset yourself. It doesn't feel right. Vargas misses the spare, so after that hot start in the ladies, both of them opening up in the later frames, Harvey's got to get something going over here in handicap, coming off back-to-back opens. At a high hit, leaves a 3-6 and leaves a nervous mama. Let's see if Marshall can pry this ball off his hands. Nope, just grabbed it again. So didn't feel right the first time, stopped and reset himself, and grabbed that ball too. So trouble for Morrison in his 5th frame, and more trouble for Harvey as he's opened up 3 times in a row. Marshall has looked terrific in 3 previous stepladder matches, beating in order. No! Never mind about that open, as he destroys the 4-6-7 on that one. No problem at that one. There was a no-doubter conversion. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, not a beautiful strike, an ugly solid 7 from Zuni. Meanwhile, wow, what a conversion for Morrison. I was saying he had beaten in order Taylor Coggins, Brandon Gill, and Cody Sibley with about 690 for those 3 games. So looking good so far. Mason always tough, and definitely tough in his home house. He qualified first today at plus 314. Sibley was 2nd at 284, while Marshall just snuck into the ladder in the 4 spot at 233. It was one of those days where the top 5 was clear. 6th place was about 100 pins below 5th. Also bowled reverse mulligan today. Unique little twist to our regular mulligan format. The number of do-overs they got is equal to the number of open frames they threw in the first frame. So you had the option at least to strategically dig yourself a hole. Marshall is out of mulligans. Mason still has 1 left in the tank, so that's a major factor going in here. But right now it's Edmondson with the lead with that 4-bagger. Marshall amazingly still clean through 5 after that conversion in the 5th. And Zuni strikes after that solid 7, and Harvey is going to have to get it going right now. Brad's brother has a couple JBT titles. Brad still has a high finish of 2nd, so he would love to join his brother in the winner's circle. He's kind of chucking it right now. He's got to calm down to make his shots. Easier said than done when you're bowling for titles. We know that back here. See if Marshall can take advantage of that great break. A little bit of loft over the caps, and there you go. The modern power game for Morrison. The very high backswing, actually trying to be a little bit soft with it at the release point, letting that powerful bowling ball feed to the friction and letting it do all the work for you. There's a nice spare from Harvey. Over here in women's, as we peek back in, Vargas now with the spare as 175 through 8. which would give her a 14-pin lead. But LaRue is on a strike in the 9th, so anything can happen over there. I think we can show that on camera. Get that phone over here. It's Easter Sunday, everybody, and the humor of the holiday is coming out for you Family Guy fans. Mr. Jesus no here.
No here. No.
That was, yes. Didn't really focus very well. Oh, Harvey wide right again. Big shot for Vargas with her spare working. Oh no, and she might need Marshall to help her win this match now. Oh no for Marshall, as he can make the 4-6-7 but chops the 3-6-10. Big trouble for Morrison. He's the one without the mulligan. Right now Harvey has to keep any chance alive here by converting this 1-2-4, and he's going to get it. Let's see if Vargas can pull off a miracle here. 6-3-2 would be 199. 6-3 would really help count-wise, but instead it's 6-1, so forget that for 198. And now LaRue is going to have to fill 18 pins in the 10th to win. Zuni over here gets the Brooklyn hit. Happy Zuni family right off camera to the left. Mason working on a 4-bagger. He goes up high. We'll see if he mulligans there. Oh man, LaRue happy she's on a strike, because if she was on a spare, she would have just lost. Has to go spare 8 or better to win. That's why that 9th frame strike is so important. Here's Zuni in the 7th. Big lead going. Nice shot. Just leaves a half 10 there. Mason elects not to use the mulligan there and keeping it in his back pocket. You can't get any more benefit off a mulligan than shooting it on a double. So I would have thought about using it there. Nice job with the spare for LaRue, and they go down to the last shot. I don't think we've ever had a tie in a women's series title match. If she gets 7, we'd be there. And Sarah would kick herself because that's 6-2 instead of 6-1. Factors in here big time. Meanwhile, Zuni misses that 10-pin and gives Harvey a faint little glimmer of hope. Would you have mulligan that?
No.
Jared says, keep it in your back pocket till you need it. LaRue for the win. Yeah, 10 in the pits, the women's series win. Krista caps off an excellent day with her first women's series win. She needs 2 more to get into the girls' TPC. High fives from her buffs. Meanwhile, Harvey finally gets that strike over there, keeps himself alive. 4 frames is a lot of time in a handicap bowling match. Anything can still happen. Mason cross lane at a 4-pin. The best Morrison can do is strike out for 225. Mason going at a 227 pace. So as long as he holds count, he can win without the benefit of the mulligan. And you're right, Jared, that is nice to have that in the back pocket. Yeah. If you want to see who wins, make sure to watch part 2 right after this shot from Brad. Strike working in the 8th, trails by 40. Yeah! Make that a strike in the 8th. He's carving into the lead. Part 2 should be good.